Do you like analog horror? Do you enjoy the likes of Bam Bam and Poppy's Playtime mixed up with childhood horror? Well, I've got a movie for you. Mr. Crocket feels like this blend of Mr. Rogers, Blue's Clues, and Sesame Street, mixed in with the gore and horror that most movies try and honestly fail to capture. Is Mr. Crocket a perfect movie? No, not by any stretch of the imagination, but, I mean, it's serviceable. It's not a terrible movie. The film begins in 1993 with Mr. Crocket arguably kidnapping a kid in a bad situation. Now look, far be it from me, I'm not going to tell people how to parent, but obviously there are degrees of the way you treat your kid and how they should be treated. That said, the whole concept or the idea of Mr. Crocket saving these kids, it's an interesting one. Something I kind of wish they had done more with rather than him just simply trying to help kids. But also, there's a problem. You need to distinguish between bad parents and parents that are overwhelmed. There's a difference there. But Mr. Crocket does not deal in shades of gray, he only deals in absolutes. For example, in this case, Summer. Her husband just passed away and she is very much overwhelmed trying to raise her son Major, who lashes out. Inevitably, he ends up watching this VHS tape like a million times from the Mr. Crocket TV show, which, I mean, yeah, when we're all kids, we watch the same shit on repeat. I think that's pretty normal. But it gets out of hand relatively quickly. In a moment of frustration, Summer tells Major, "I'm quit being your mom." Major is taken and Summer spends the second half of the film trying to find Major and save him. Now that, coupled with a lot more lore drops.
What the lore? The lore, guys, the lore!
In addition to 2 other people being added to the team, it means that the third act should hopefully be a spectacle. That said, there's a betrayal in this movie that I think everyone can see coming a mile away. I'm not going to give it away, but if you've ever seen the movie, you'll know who it is. Now, by this point, our trio end up in the world of Mr. Crocket. Well, the duo, I guess it's technically at this point. Again, no spoilers. But our duo end up in the world of Mr. Crocket. Now, this world is distorted. It looks like Mr. Rogers' nightmare after he drops some acid. It's creepy in the best ways. It's horrifying in the best ways. Also, shout out to the practical effects, the puppets and the gore. It all looks pretty damn good. That said, the story is kind of where this film drops off in the third act. Again, no spoilers, but I will say this. Could have been executed better. That's just my opinion, obviously, but it feels like there's something to be left to be desired in the third act. Again, no spoilers. Summer is able to get back Major and the other kids are able to go free. However, the very last part of this movie opens the door for a sequel, which I'm not sure we're going to get Mr. Crocket 2. Is it necessary? Probably not. But we have Dumber and Dumber 2, Zoolander 2, so I guess that's technically a possibility. In addition to that, though, I'm not really sure if Brandon Epstein, the director of this film, would even want to do a sequel. Or is this simply a tryout, maybe for Bam Bam or for Poppy's Playtime? Maybe he wants to direct one of those, which maybe with a better script he could do more. It looked great, it looked good, it's just somewhat questionable on the execution in the third act. It's a fine Halloween movie, but it's going to be a 5 for me. It's, what's it called, MJF?
Mid!
But what did you think? Let us know down below. We'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll catch y'all next time. We'll see everybody.